Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, you know what, I've been really excited about this, which is weird for me, you know. It's a plastic pistol, which doesn't normally do anything for me, but it's my favourite brand of pistol, if you like, being a Glock, and my favourite generation being a Gen 3, and my favourite size, the 19. So I picked this up reasonably cheaply, actually brand new, so really impressed by this. I thought I'd do a quick review for you guys. I have had it out the box already and messed around with it a little bit. So far, I've actually never had a TM Glock 19 ever. I do have a Glock 23 steel slide that I've built from scratch. It's based on a KJ Works system, which actually is a bit different to this. It's on the same kind of system, but this is very different inside. I was expecting it to be the same, but it is different, and I must say, I'm blown away by it so far. So, outside, got a nice box, lovely printing detail on here, seeing the pistol on here. So let's open the box. We have our manual, all the usual stuff. Also get some targets in here as well, and also shows you the internals and how to take it apart. Here she is. Now again, this is brand new. No wear on this whatsoever. I believe someone purchased it and they basically said that they were going to use it and are getting out the sport. So thankfully I managed to get it. So we can see here we've got the barrel plug in the end. Don't need that. We can see there it is. Very nice. Magazine. There we go. All the correct markings. Perfect. 9mm on the back as well. Really nice. So let's get rid of the box. Let's dive a bit deeper into this and see what makes it tick. All right, guys, hopefully you can tell in my voice that I'm actually really excited about this. Now, I know this is not a new product. I know this has been out a while. Some of you are probably sitting there going, why is he so excited about this? I love a Glock. One of my favourite types of pistols, hence why I have so many of them. The 19 is probably my favourite size, and I do really love the 26 as well, but the 19 for me just fits perfect. And this was sort of slightly different than the other sort of 17s and stuff that I've had in the past. I've built loads of 17s and 18s as well, and they're all kind of similar inside. This is quite different though. So let's just have a quick look on the outside and see what we've got to start off with. Obviously, we've got all of our standard trades on here. We've got our safety in the bottom here. On this side, good old made in Japan by Tokyo Marui. The ASGK logo on the side here. Glock logo on here. And also what's nice is we do have the Glock logo on the top of the outer barrel, which is nice as well. Obviously matching serial numbers here. The magazine itself, as I already showed you, is 19 size. Notice it is pinned at the bottom, which the 17s now have the bolt going through the middle to press that in. This is pinned in, which is a bit old school, but it's working perfectly. We've got all our nice markings on the back here. You can tell how new this is. There's a little bit of wear from me messing around with it, but other than that, it's brand new. Now, the overall look of the pistol, I must say, the fit and finish is beautiful. Really, really good for a plastic pistol. One of the nice things I noticed as well is the outer barrel has like a different colouring to it, which is unusual. You can see it has this sort of slight brown look to it, and if we lock the slide back, you can actually see the outer barrel has that different colour on here as well. It has started to scratch a little bit by me messing with it, but I don't remember ever seeing any of the 17s or the sort of 22s that were like this. So maybe it's something I've just missed, but really impressed by that. That looks really good. Nice and snappy as well and crisp. You get that kind of plastic thud as the slide goes forward, but still nice and snappy. We've got a standard Gen 3 style with the sort of thumb cut out here. Obviously, right hand friendly only, where we've got our magazine release on this side and slide catch. We've got the nice dot and U rear sight, which is one of my favourites. Normal style size guide rod. Other than that, it's a Glock. So let's have a quick look at the inside and see what it's like in there and see why I was so excited about how different this was. Okay, so let's take that magazine out, lock it back, press these two detents down, let the slide go, and that will push off the front of the pistol. Okay, there's our upper and lower. Now, if we have a quick look at the lower, pretty unremarkable. It's your standard TM affair. However, this hammer unit looks a little bit different than I'm normally used to of TM. They've made some slight changes, I think, to the hammer here. Obviously, these controls are the standard affair. This notch out the top here is a little different as well, that pokes out. Also, the trigger bar is not a steel item. It is a, well, I guess, pot metal or alloy of some description. So it is of a metal construction, but not steel. The front chassis as well, again, a little bit different. You know, I've messed around with WE 19s before, and my 23 that I have, which I'll show you on a separate video shortly, that has basically a modified style 17 front end on it, but the chassis in this is different. So far, I'm impressed. And as well, even the lower has a real nice weight to it. I imagine we have a bit of a weight in the back here, which it looks like we do, to sort of add some bulk. But, you know, for a plastic pistol, this has a nice weight to it. The bit I'm really excited about is in the slide. Here we go. Now, if we look inside here, the blowback unit, again, looks quite different to what we see on a 17. You've got a very radiused part on the back here for the hammer wheel, the bearing. This cutout here is sort of scalloped in and is curved rather than being just a machined out section. The nozzle itself does look larger than what I'd normally expect from a 17. And again, I'm talking, I've had no experience with a 19 TM before, like none. I've never even handled one. Mainly because I've just built my own from scratch. So never really looked inside one of these, and to see how it actually is built is impressive. We've also got our guide rod here, which has a big stopper on here. Now, I found when I was building my 23 that the guide rod did allow the slide to over travel a lot. So I had to shim that quite a lot with some buffers to shorten it and short stroke it so it would work correctly. And actually, you can see this is how TM have done it. Let's take that out. You can see we've got this little buffer at the end here, which actually fits onto the back of the slide. There's this sort of plastic piece that goes around the outside here, which the spring actually fits into, which is kind of interesting. There's a little part on the back here as well. You can lift that off to then separate, which again, different. And we've also got some buffers on the back here as well, just to cushion the blow of that coming back. There's also a notch on the back here for locating into the hop unit. So yeah, again, very different than what we see on a standard sort of 17. But lovely, good. So let's have the outer barrel out. Again, looking at the nozzle definitely does look larger than what we normally see from TM. It's got a cup style piston head in there. This sort of spacer here as well, giving some support to the nozzle, which is good. The nozzle return spring, yeah, could definitely be stronger. But again, it's all that would be needed for this pistol here. Inside of the slide is actually quite beefy for a plastic TM pistol. There's a lot machined out here, or say machined out, it's obviously moulded. But there's actually a lot of bulk in here as well. And you have this metal stop which is fitted in here so that, unlike the old style TM pistols, the slide stop was actually catching on the slide and would just wear that away so there was nothing left. There is actually a metal stop here to actually catch against. Now, I'm intrigued to see if we have a separate section in the front here, which I think we do, which will probably, with a bit of force, maybe come out. I don't know, actually. Might be moulded in. But basically, I'd assume there's a section in the front here which pushes in, which is probably of a different material, but it does feel like plastic. So I think it might just be all one piece. Either way, it's interesting. We've got the sort of faux piece at the back here, which again, that is polymer and not metal like a lot of the early TMs were. But yeah, overall, slide's really good. This is where things get a little bit different though. You can see here's our outer barrel and our hop unit. Now you can see that different colour I was talking about here compared to the slide here. Very different colour. And it's nice that TM have gone down this route. They really didn't need to, but really nice. Now, this looks very different than what I'm normally used to. Normally what I'm used to is, let me get an outer barrel here. This is the kind of affair I'm normally used to. We normally have a pin poking out here, which cuts out and drops inside this section here. And then this part, which obviously attaches to the front frame. This is actually an 18C outer barrel. We can see this is very different. We've got a large cutout underneath here. 2 lugs either side, which I would assume are for just holding the barrel straight. No, there's not actually. There is actually a track on the inside of here. That is very interesting. So what we have is actually a track in here, which you can see allows the barrel to go up and down. That is a really clever system. Again, I sound really excited by this, which a lot of people are sitting there going, well, yeah, it's been like that for years. But again, I've never messed with one of these. Again, I sound really sad and excited by it, but again, I've never messed with one. It's nice to see how different they are inside. So you can see that barrel dropping down in the track that's actually in the slide. Nice idea, really good. We've also got this little cutout here. Obviously, this section is cut out, which is for your hop adjustment, which is like a dual wheel affair. So you can adjust that on the fly. You can actually do this as well from inside the port, which is nice, which is a nice change to having to strip the pistol to do it and do it underneath here, which we've had to on the 17 for ages. And there's also this sort of cam locking system here, which sort of enables it to drop up and down. Again, very different than what we had before. And that looks like that unscrews as well. Standard style brass outer barrel though. I would have thought they would have gone for a black outer barrel with the detail with the rest of this, but you know, it's fine. But so far, I'm really impressed by this. Like the build, TM, they just know what they're doing. They really do. Really impressive. So let's put this back together for now. So we're going to reinstall our recoil guide rod. Get that locked in place. There we go. Reinstall the slide on the frame. And again, resistance-wise, that's pretty smooth. And then coming back again, there's the standard hang-up you do get with TM Glocks, but it's very, very light. I mean, we're talking only if I let it go and just tap the back, it will go forwards, like so. So, hang-up is very minimal. So, how does she cycle? Fast. That's how she cycles. Very fast. Again, it's a very lightweight slide, lightweight out of barrel. You'd expect it to be fast, but wow. That's really impressive. Well, guys, I think new favourite pistol here. Loving this. So, what's going to happen then? Let's be honest, we're going to do a build out of this, aren't we? I've already been online. I've already spent some money on some parts to upgrade this. They're winging their way to us now. So soon there will be a build on this. We're going to change it from what it is, which, by the way, at the moment, if you want an out-of-the-box, you know, take a Marui pistol that isn't too large, reasonably compact, and, you know, is going to be nice and reliable, look no further. In fact, I wouldn't even go for a 17. I'd go for a 19. 100%. I haven't tried the 17 Gen 5 yet. I would like to get one of those. So when I do, that would be nice to see what they're like, because I've heard lots of great things. But this, mind blown. Really is mind blown. So good. Right, guys. I think what I'll do is I'll do a quick chrono test for you guys so you can see what the chrono's like. I don't do that a lot on my videos, and a few people have asked, so I'm going to start trying to do that now. So I'm going to cut to a video of me doing a chrono test, and we'll see what we get. All right, guys, here we go with the chrono. Now, again, I don't do this very often, and a lot of people have requested I do it, so here we go. So we've got 5 rounds in our magazine. I've just topped this off with good old green gas. Again, I know that TMs, you're supposed to use a much weaker gas, but let's be honest, the majority of you guys are using green gas for your TM pistols, so let's just go with that. Standard 2.0s. I might try some 2.5s in a minute and see what that's like, but we'll try it with 2.0s. It's industry standard, isn't it? So, right. Okay. There we go, guys. So, what we've got, first shot was 271. Next one dropped down to 269. Next one was 265, I think. Then it's gone down to 261, then back up to 265. We've got 0.65 joule on a 2.0, 265 FPS, which standard TM stuff, really. Now, obviously, if you're running a higher pressure gas in colder weather, that could adjust it slightly. I only have black gas here. There's no way I'm stiffing black gas through this thing because I want to still be able to use it afterwards. But there we go. So we've got our chrono readings there. About what you'd expect for a TM pistol. They all sort of come in around that point until you start to do upgrades, like changing hammer springs and stuff like that. The best way that we could look at improving our FPS here, if you did want to upgrade it, really is going to be a tighter bore barrel, just to make the use of that that gas in there. We could also go with maybe an upgrade valve and some 9-ball gas routers. They always increase FPS a little bit. Other than that, we could go for a slightly different valve inside the nozzle if we wanted to increase FPS. But to be fair, you know, this will probably, you know, outshoot some other pistols running higher FPS anyway. So I think this is absolutely fair for a pistol. So there we go, guys. There is the TM G19. Again, I'm impressed. TM always deliver. There are some TM pistols out there that I'm not such a fan of, but God, they do Glocks really well. And this is no exception. I can't wait to try out a Gen 5 because I've heard some fantastic things about it. But damn, this 19 is just, in my opinion, as good as it gets so far. So congrats, TM, congrats. Anyway, see you guys in the next one. Anything you want to ask me about this, fire away in the comments. Please leave a comment, like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Look out on my shorts. I'll put in the shorts when I have some of the parts available for this, and then we'll get the build going.